Okay, let's talk Victorian baby pictures. This video is going to contain some sensitive content, so if you think that might bother you, maybe just go on to the next video. I'm sure you've all seen the vintage Victorian era pictures of babies, or maybe like siblings, even older people in a family all together, and you probably never thought anything about it other than it was an old family picture. Now, there are a couple of things to remember when we're talking about these pictures. Back then, it was expensive to get your picture taken. It wasn't something that just everybody could do like we do now with our phones. Anytime we want, we take 3,000 pictures a day. You had to have very specific equipment. You had to know how to use that equipment. So it was expensive to get a picture taken. Also, it wasn't like nowadays, again, where we can just take a picture right on our phone. We can print it out anywhere we want. You might have to travel a far distance to even get your picture taken. So because of this, during the Victorian era, a lot of people didn't get their picture taken until after they died. And then their family would keep those pictures as a memento mori, so that they could honor and remember the dead. There were people whose whole job it was just to take pictures of deceased family members. You can Google, there are all kinds of apparatus they used if the person was an adult, where they could stand up, they could pose them. It seems macabre to us nowadays, but you can understand why in those days somebody would want a picture of their loved one to remember them, because some people, that was the only time their picture was ever taken. So oftentimes when you see these Victorian era pictures of very young babies and young children, typically it is a post-mortem picture of them. There's just something very haunting and very beautiful and very sad about that. But yeah, I never knew that before, and whenever I found that out, every single time I see one of these pictures now, especially if it's like a family portrait, my brain immediately thinks, oh no, which one of these people is dead? I also read somewhere once that the shutter time on those old cameras took a while. It wasn't instantaneous like we have now. So if you see a family picture, oftentimes the people who are alive will be a little bit blurry because they may be moving during that time. But the person who is dead obviously wouldn't. And so they are crystal clear in the picture.